In this video, I'm going to take you along onto a traditional German Sunday, which is a special day in most families still because the rhythm and the activities are very different from regular weekdays or even a Saturday. However, what stays same is that we start with making coffee. Not to be elitist, but this is our favorite coffee here in Germany, Dallmayr Prodomo, which we've been using for decades. I'm on my way to the bakery to get rolls for breakfast. And what's different about on a Sunday is that these days, you can actually go to a bakery. When I was a kid growing up here, nothing was open on Sundays. And the streets look really empty. They sound really empty because there's no one out there. And the typical hustle and bustle of a regular weekday is just missing on a Sunday. So I do appreciate the fact that you can get fresh rolls, which again, we did not get when I was growing up. But let's take the next stop at the bakery. I'm going to show you at home exactly what I got. Unfortunately, Germans tend to be a little bit sensitive with privacy and data protection, and it's always such a production to go into any store and say, is that okay if I record here? Because, like I said, they're always a little bit like, no, not so much, and yes, you need a permit, and blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to show you at home the rolls that I got, but I did actually sneak a little bit of footage of their rolls that they had in the bakery. What I love is that I was actually able to go with my own little cotton bag and ask him to put all the rolls in here. I haven't tried this in the US in the bakery, but I would imagine that we can't do that for hygienic reasons, whatever. So let me show you what I got. First I have 2 pretzel sticks, same as pretzels, except for the shape is very different. And then we have 2, they are whole grain-y-ish with a bunch of seeds. And this is a walnut roll. It looks a little bit like it's stacked. And what else do we have? Oh, and then there was a special that if you get 5 of these regular rolls, they're called Schrippen in Berlin, they're called Weckle in Swabia, they're called Brötchen elsewhere, and what else do we have? We have all sorts of different names, but I got a special 5 for €1.75. So that's my little Sunday morning bread basket. We're going to bring that over to the breakfast table and wait for my brother and my nephew to arrive. It's very colorful on a rather drab Sunday morning in March when it's all drizzly out there and cold, but we have some cheeses, we have some smoked salmon, we have the Heringssalat, which is basically a herring salad. We have some fresh cheese, and in here I know we have butter, good Irish butter. We have some cold cuts, we have some other spreads, and just for some more color, we have radishes and grapes and a very colorful, happy-looking tablecloth. Very different from what I often do at home. And if you are interested in my Sunday morning breakfast video, I have a link for that in the description box below. I was talking earlier about how Germans tend to be a little bit more private and don't want to be on camera so much. And part of my arrangement, my agreement with them was, yes, I can show you a little bit how we eat, what we do for Sunday morning. We just call it breakfast, Frühstück, but it's probably more like a brunch in terms of the spread and the variety and maybe even the time. Yes, so I said, can I record you while we're eating? And what I love about Sunday morning breakfast brunches is that it's a slower pace. It's not hurried like on weekdays. You're not trying to be somewhere, but actually just enjoy your coffee, your drink, your tea, whatever you have, and enjoy the variety, enjoy the company. I love having my family over for Sunday morning brunches. And so does my mom at her place. And it was just such a
joy-filled morning. We were able to catch up. Unfortunately, I don't get to see my family as often since I live in the United States and I visit Germany maybe twice a year, maybe 3 times. I have even gone 4 times when there was enough going on and enough occasions to go there. But in the end, I don't get to see them as often as I would like to. And this is one of the times where I can actually enjoy longer conversations with them and catch up and hear what's new in their life. Many people like to go to church on Sunday, and this is one that's particularly nice, Gothic, very tall tower with a copper roof. Germans love to go for a Verdauungsspaziergang after eating, which means basically a digestion walk. And behind me you see Unter den Linden, which is in the middle of a wide street where the kings used to ride their horses from one place to, and I can turn around, the famous Brandenburg Gate that you can see all the way in the distance. I wanted to give a shout out to Quince. I absolutely love their luggage set, and with all my travels that I've mentioned to you earlier, going to Germany 2 times, 3 times, even 4 times a year, I love using their high quality suitcases. And not only do they fit my clothes, but I think my cat wants to go to Germany as well. They are made very durable. They're very practical. You can stack them. You can fit one inside the other. And they get my clothes to Germany. I love the price point. It's high quality, but at a fraction of the cost of other brand names. I'm such a believer. I love the various color choices and sizes that they have. Be sure to check out the links in the description box below if you wanted to get your own set and even $20 off your first purchase. Sometimes it might be really fun to visit the local flea market and see what kind of finds there are. If there's anything that's worth getting, or just looking, being out, being among people, enjoying, just letting the day work on you. And here we have the Berlin Dome, which is really nice. And then I'm super excited to show you the biggest bowl of the world, which is 1 piece of stone. We're going to walk there now. This massive stone bowl is made from granite from a single block of stone. It weighs 75 tons and is almost 7 meters in diameter. Berlin also has the Humboldt University, which I will tell you about later. And after a lot of walking around, we are ready to sit down and have a little refreshment. So we're on the way to that. Now I have a typical coffee and kuchen in a cute little cozy cafe in Berlin with cake.
I would believe if they told me, oh, this is like a bad person. Please don't do anything with him. Oh, okay. Like if you're telling me this, like help this person.
And after a few hours of outing, it's nice to be home again. Was machen wir eigentlich zum Abendessen heute?
Ach, gute Frage, keine Ahnung.
Worauf haben wir Lust?
Wurstsalat oder so?
Haben wir alles so viel?
Das weiß ich nicht genau. Lass uns mal nachgucken.
Ja, müssen wir mal gucken. Oh, das sieht gut aus. Doch, eigentlich müsste es klappen. Okay, dann machen wir das. Super, gute Idee. So now I'm gonna make the German Wurstsalat, and my mom's gonna help me make it because she's the pro and she knows exactly what she's doing. Okay, also was machen wir jetzt zuerst? Die Pelle abmachen? Ja. Okay, dann mache ich erst die Pelle ab. Okay, so now we're gonna free the wurst from the inside of the kilo. Oh, that was fun. Actually, I think we should cut the onion and marinate that in Essig and Öl, in vinegar and oil. I love how much smaller German onions are than what we tend to get in the States.
then we'll marinate this in oil and vinegar. This is going to be marinating as I'm making the rest. Maybe I'll just cut the pickle. That's a really nice one from Berlin. Spreewaldgurken. I think. I don't know. Ist das eine Spreewaldgurke?
Ja.
Yeah. Why wouldn't it? Add that to my onions. Ja, und dann einfach nur noch die Wurst schneiden, ne?
Genau.
Genau. So the interesting thing is that Wurstsalat, which means sausage salad, is made with oil and vinegar, and Fleischsalat, which means meat salad, is essentially the same ingredients, but it's made with mayonnaise. Und das muss man dann eine Weile durchziehen lassen, ne?
Ja.
This has to marinate for a bit. We'll add a little bit of pepper and salt, and that's it. And that's it. German Wurstsalat. And now all we need to do is test it and see if it's any good before we let it sit for just a little bit, and then it's one of those recipes that look so ordinary, and then you make them and try them and they're so good, and you wonder, why didn't I make this earlier, and why haven't I made this more often than this? It's really good, so we'll let this sit and then enjoy it later.
After dinner, I enjoy the evening on the couch reading my book that I talked about. A really good one, highly recommended. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.